Hi everyone, I'm Jorisar, and this is the battle report for the final Group B match of Apex Season 2. Kongdoo Panthera versus Luxury Watch Blue. The rematch will determine which of these teams goes into the semi-finals. The first time these teams met this season, Kongdoo Panthera won by a very close 3-2. Let's see what happens in the rematch. University opened our match with both teams in the lower bracket fighting for their tournament lives. Rascal and Flower, each on Genji for their respective teams, felt the pressure in the opening round as the primary DPS players. Even though Rascal won the first Nanoblade competition, giving Kongdoo Panthera the point, it was LW Blue who reached 100% first. Unfortunately for Kongdoo, their tracerless composition on City Center left them unable to dislodge the members of LW Blue on the point, despite taking the high ground. Saebyeolbe, on tracer for LW Blue, was uncontested throughout the round, peppering the flanks and kept the shutout scoreline alive by ending Oasis in Luxury Watch's favor 2-0. Kongdoo Panthera didn't set any records on their King's Row offense, but they were getting the job done up until the second checkpoint. After Point A was captured with the help of a Sombra EMP, Streets seemed just a matter of time as well. Flower on the defensive Mei, though, froze the payload in its tracks, and with the help of Evermore and Rascal, finally stalled the cart substantially and got a big staggered kill to boot. The offense of Kongdoo responded with a hyper-aggressive re-engagement, burning a wave of ultimates and rushing into the defenders, who couldn't backtrack fast enough, with insufficient support ultimates to stay healthy. With momentum back on their side, Wakawaka swapped over to Widowmaker for the final push through the third phase, getting the cart round the bend and eventually through to the final goal. An unconventional composition claimed Point A for LW Blue, mixing a Pharah into the classic Death Ball build. It was Flower on said Pharah that provided the follow-up to Meko's Graviton, barraging into the tanks on point and flicking over to also end Rascal's life as the high ground soldier. Kongdoo Panthera's, or rather Evermore's, defense during Streets phase was a standout performance of the evening, landing his signature flank hog hook to open up the exposed side and refusing to back down before claiming as many additional kills as his scattergun could find, and there were many. In the end, it wasn't enough to keep LW Blue from moving on to the third phase, and once the card got moving, it went all the way to the end in overtime, resulting in both teams at 3-3 with 0 left on the time bank. In the second round, Kongdoo Panthera were unable to capture Point A, due to having any advantage or progress tracered away by Saebyeolbe, who gunned and bombed for a triple kill on the point. On their own offensive turn, Saebyeolbe continued to turn heads and boggle minds with an absolute tear of a performance on Tracer. In a well-earned round, LW Blue captured Point A on the back of their DPS frags and claimed their second map of the series. Sloppy ult usage plagued both sides constantly in the opening round of Anubis. Kongdoo Panthera weren't shy to use theirs on Point A assaults to snag even individual kills, not fussed about saving ults to combo together. LW Blue, on the other side, showed even worse ult economy, burning too many ults much too late into an already lost fight for Point A. The pressure clearly affected the teams at this point, providing us with a listless Point B team engagement where Saebyeolbe was mainly the only ray of light on the defensive hog, ending most pushes before they began. This didn't stop Kongdoo Panthera from a rallied overtime capture though that took well over a minute and a half to complete. Once they swapped sides, Fissure's performance came under scrutiny again as Winston, giving up a vital first kill, the point advantage and control. Kongdoo Panthera were forced to then attempt to hold Point B for an extended time bank, and finally we saw the team settle back down and play smart. Rascal excelled as the defensive soldier, cutting down pushes with his visor and helix rockets, while Wakawaka ended a push himself with a rare Diva Bomb triple kill. Their performance and ult value earned them a fourth map in this series, with momentum now on their side. After a failed spawn trap defense from LW Blue to start Route 66, Kongdoo Panthera had all the momentum and ults they needed to continue their pace and reach the first checkpoint. It was Rascal's Dragon Blade that provided enough value to punish the overeager defense. With the second checkpoint secured as well at the cost of most of their time bank, Panthera got back on track for the final leg and unhinged the defense with a nanovisor combo from Wakawaka and Luffy. They only had to win the next teamfight to claim their 3rd point, and they did so cleanly, denying any overtime stall comeback from LW Blue. In the second half, LW Blue finally got underway thanks to flank hog back-to-back hook kills and a whole hog follow-up from Saebyeolbe, who has absolutely cemented himself over the course of Apex as one of the best hogs currently in the game. The Saebyeolbe highlight reel didn't stop there though. His hooks never thirsted for the blood of his opponents during LW Blue's relentless push through streets. With all cylinders finally firing after the missteps on Anubis, Janus joined in on the fun that Saebyeolbe has been having with a massive earth shatter of his own right on the final point, to end the round and tie the scoreline, but with over 2 minutes more in their time bank compared to Kongdoo Panthera. With Kongdoo unable to push the cart past the first corner in our second round, they were tasked with the impossible win condition of stopping the cart for over 3 minutes. The first few teamfights started to make the viewers believe in miracles, but in the end, there was just too much time to stem the offensive tide. LW Blue ended the series 3-1 and move on to the semi-finals. A fantastic revenge victory for LW Blue earns them their semi-final berth against Runaway as both Kongdoo teams get knocked out in the quarterfinals. To watch the next video, click here, and to subscribe to the channel, click here. Thanks for your likes and comments on the video in the meantime, and don't forget to share. I'll see you in the semis.